disaster. I'm out of tea. But I do have a bunny onesie. Oh, I'm a poet and I don't know it. So there we go. Isn't that fab? And look, our legs work. And just to show you the difference, this is the underarm that we snipped into, and this is the one we did not. And I've left it like that to show you the difference, because it's such a simple thing and it makes such a big difference. If you forget to do it, go back and do it. You'll be much happier with the outcome of everything. The world will be a happier place. Look at the difference there. All that rucking and weirdness has gone away, and now it looks really professional. Zip works up and down, beautiful. So not quite a bunny yet, missing a few features. What are we missing? Well, we're missing the thing that makes her a bunny, really, which is her beautiful ears. So we're going to attach the hood. Now, I get a lot of questions about this. Open your zipper. Ta-da! Like Superman. Right, now, the easiest way to do this is slowly. If you take your hood that we made earlier and find the centre back, and just eyeball the centre back of the neckline. Now, right side to right side, we're going to pop that together. And I want you to pin going down. Can't get me pin in. That's because it's in the seam. No, it's because I'm a weakling. What's going on? What's going on? There we go. Right. Now we're going to do this because we're going to sew in this direction down here, and we can whip the pins out as we go. Please don't sew over them. So the next thing to do is bring the zip on the left hand side out to where it meets the hood lining, and pop a pin in there. Now what we're going to do is sew that seam together there. Then we're going to go on to do the other side. So if I can show you that, my bit of front that's folded over my zip, I don't really have the right words for it then, sorry, is going to sit lining up with the join between the hood lining and the hood fabric underneath. So that's a great place for it. You want to pull all your hood lining out of the way for this. And what we're going to do is like so. Let me just get you in position. There we go. We're going to start at the zip, just over the teeth, past the teeth towards me, not over the teeth. And there's this pin here, so I'm just very slowly going to advance that, and all the time I'm going to be checking what's going on underneath. Now, there we go. We're going to open the seam up as best we can. I'm going to have another little check. We're good. So that's now the halfway point. Okay. If you want to, if your needle's down and you're feeling lucky, punk, you can try and see whether you can get to your other side in one. I can just, but, shush Brian, I have a lot of extra underneath. So, I am just going to put a few little snips in that curve as I go. To get that to ease round. You see how it's already almost the right size. It's just putting a bit of flexibility into that back seam. Yeah, we'll do it all in one. if the machine decides to go forward. Come on. Right, when you're nearing the zip, pull that lining out. Pull that tight. And carry on. And I'm just going to freehand, so using the wheel on my machine, the next couple of stitches, because I want a bit of accuracy there. So I will then take that out of the machine. Now, what I did as I went round was I clipped this seam to make it go round the corner. But what we're going to do now is, with some degree of insanity, I think is the word, is we're actually going to pinking shear that bulk out so that that seam then becomes quite flexible. Everything's going everywhere. Don't cut your lining. You can trim the ends of your zip off now if you wish. Just don't trim the metal bit with the scissors. Can't actually get mine to go through. A bit too much beef required there. There we go. And you want to take these threads away now. Okay. Well, it's got caught somewhere. Okay, so you can see how much more comfortable this side is than this side. So once we've pinked this edge as well, we should be good to go. I'm not going to trim my lining. Again, I can't get through the zip. Too many layers. That's all right. So that is now much more comfortable. So the next stage is, if we look at Bunny from the inside, what we want to do is cover up this seam by pushing it to the top, and where we've got our lining on the edge, we're going to turn under an amount, fold it round that zip, and we're going to place the fold near or on top of that stitching line. Has my machine become unthreaded? That would be boring. No, it hasn't. Okay. So I will not start here, because there's no way the machine's going to cope with that bump. So bearing that in mind, make sure the bump is on the feed dogs, which are the little grippy things that come from underneath to hold your fabric. And there we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold this over that. There we go. Just at the fold now, just at the join rather. So literally push that to one side, pop that over. Can you see that happening okay? Fold it over. Right, and when you get to the other end, because you're not trying to sew against the bump, you'll probably be able to go over the bump. If you can, do. If you can't, such is life. Yep, mine went over. That's fine. Right, I'm going to take my work out, and I had received a lovely piece of feedback from a lady that I don't often show you what's happened the other side of the machine. So I'm going to make sure I try and do a bit more of that. So what's happened is we've encased the seam with the lining. Ah, look at that, that's almost bang on. And we've actually lined all of the hood. So, I'll come out a bit for you. Ta-da! There is our bunny hood attached, looking wonderful. Zip. I haven't ironed mine. Don't look, ladies. Just brush over that bit. The technique is important, okay? As I say, do as I say, not as I do. We've got some lovely shoulders here. We've got a lovely tidy finish on the front of our zip. I shall just get those little threads out momentarily. Now the end of the zip, because of the way we've done it, the end of the zip is tucked into that join, nice and neat, so the stopper, or the zipper rather, can never come off. And that's what you're looking for really. Fronts that match, legs that match, body that matches. Brilliant. So we've got a couple of finishing touches here, and one is the hem. So cut any threads off. You're going to turn over 1 centimetre or 2, doesn't really matter. There's no point doing a double hem or a rolled hem or anything like that on this fleece. It's going to be too bulky. You won't get Dolly's foot through it, and the edges do not need seam knitting in it anyway because they're not going to fray. You can do this by hand if you want. If you don't want, then all you do is from the inside pop your foot on and take it very slowly, do a bit of sewing, move on, do a bit of sewing, needle down and roll it round. I doubt you'll go round in one go without having to reposition it all. There we go. Meet up with where you started, and scissors, anybody? There we go. And just take off the threads. Now I'm taking my threads off quite village style because I'll come back and tidy them up afterwards. I like to give Dolly's outfits a little tidy up at the end. So that's how to hem the cuffs and the ankles. So do all 4 of those and we'll move on to Bunny's tail.